This is Byron and Nicole White, and you are tuned into episode 226 of The Real Word.
Word is up.
A lot of things, well, not a lot of things. One thing for sure that we're going to cover in Racket 1 is up. That is the mortgage rates, with the Fed being...
Wait a minute. Can you just finish what you were going to say, and then you sucked it back?
A lot of things are not up. Because what I said was a lot of things are not up. What did you think I sucked back?
I don't know, but now it's
what I'm saying
worse.
is
a lot of things are not up.
A lot of things are not up, meaning...
Word is up.
The word is up. The interest rates are up.
Yep.
But if you've got... Well, we'll get into it here, Racket 1. If you've got any investments, they're probably down.
I know.
All right?
I needed to know what your thought was, and then you sucked it back.
Let's jump right into this.
Let's do that.
Mortgage rates surge past 6% on fears of Fed tightening. This is an Inman article. We'll link it below. Dramatic inflation reading fuels speculation that Federal Reserve policymakers will implement drastic 75 basis point interest rate hike on Wednesday. So they're going to go up 0.75% on, or speculation is that this week, and maybe you're watching this after they've actually announced or just before.
Right, this is Tuesday.
This is going to come out a day before. So, whether they do it or not, that is what they're speculating. We saw on Monday of this week, mortgage interest rates for the 30-year fixed shoot up past 6. They're sitting over 6%. Now, the beginning of the year, in December, when mortgage interest rates were at 3.2, did you think we'd have a double up and we'd be in the low 6s?
I think we could probably go back. I almost want to throw it up because remember they were speculating it was going to 8. Right? Wasn't that the number?
No. Most speculations were,
we'll
get to 5. Some people were talking 4.5. Nobody was saying 8.
I thought we were arguing 8.
No.
I think we need to go back.
We can go back. I mean, I
feel like we talked about it. We were talking about Inman. Maybe it was Inman's predictions.
You couldn't be more wrong.
I feel like there's a faint memory.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but continue. Did you
anyway.
So you thought 6 was a reality?
No, we were all arguing no way. I mean, even 5% seemed like that. How can you rise that quickly?
Well, maybe there was one outlier to your point that you're remembering that was 8, and we were arguing against it
because
the overall consensus was 4.5 to 5%.
5, yes.
5% was like the top.
5. We were definitely headed to 5. We agreed on 5, but I believe, and again, I don't want to waste our time looking, but I really think that one of the predictions was that mortgage rates were going to rise to like 8.
Well, Brad's prediction was
just a generic rise. I mean, we all agreed on
his
that.
were just mortgage rates will rise. He didn't actually put a number to it. He's been more specific in the past with his predictions, but this year,
like because we were totally debunking 8, where now it's like.
Ooh, his bonus prediction, just going back in time here, Brad Inman's bonus prediction, a pile of Range Rovers and a few Bentleys will go back to dealers. How about my video on Range Rovers this week on Instagram? Go check that out at Byron.
You're telling everyone to buy the Range Rover.
Yeah. No, it's
for write-off purposes.
I'm saying a lot of wealthy people own Range Rovers. Go watch the full clip.
Well,
anyways.
Amongst other cars, but that's just what they drive.
All right, I'm gonna look for this, and maybe we'll circle back to it.
I don't want to waste the time, and we could pop it in. I mean, that's the magic of editing. But I feel like we were arguing about 8.
Yeah, I don't.
And we were totally saying no effing way.
Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, the overall consensus from most experts was 4.5, 5. I leaned into that at the beginning of the year, like, hey, we're gonna hit 4.5. We're gonna hit 5.
We're certainly hitting 5.
And I said we will have problems in this market if we get up over 5, and if we get into the 6 territory, I for sure know that I said
here we are.
We're gonna have problems in this market. Now you're seeing a whole bunch of agents out there, and if you're listening or watching, maybe you're one of them. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. But there's a whole bunch of agents out there right now, Nicole, saying, you know what? We're not falling off a cliff. This market is just slightly adjusting, and I agree. It's going from white hot to hot in terms of demand.
Yes.
There's still a ton of demand out there. But I will tell you this. By the end of this year, that demand will be far less than today, and the demand today is far less than it was in December and January.
Well, even just yesterday. I mean, each week that keeps ticking by. I mean,
every day you have less people that can afford homes.
Yeah.
Every day you have less people interested in buying homes.
Yeah.
One of our agents said yesterday when interest rates went up 6, she has a pending deal.
They bailed.
She said, Byron, they're out. They
bailed.
They left the deal.
As soon as they got their rate, they bailed.
Now, on the flip side, another one of our agents, Ryan, he said that he's got people coming out of the woodwork saying, I need to buy now. I think they're going to go up to 7, maybe 8, like you're talking about. Mm-hmm. And I want to get locked in now. So you're going to have both sides.
Well, the problem is you can't lock in until you have a contract too. So what will be interesting to see is if there's fewer deals falling apart too. Because if you're already locked in, now's the time to stay in those deals.
Stay in those deals for
sure.
So here's the thing why I know for sure we'll have less demand at the end of this year, and numbers going into Q1 2023, mark these words, are not going to be good numbers for the real estate industry. You've got a stock market that continues to tank. You've got Bitcoin and crypto, which is falling. That is a cliff. That is falling off
I think it already fell. I think it splattered yesterday.
You have mortgage interest rates that keep going up. You have inflation that right now is uncontrollable. KCM, David Childers, the president of Keeping Current Matters, says that inflation is the enemy of real estate. That is what we're up against. And the government has absolutely, the central bank, the Federal Reserve, has absolutely no tools left in the toolbox to tamper down inflation.
Yeah.
It is running rampant. The next 2 years are going to be bad economic years for this country. And eventually, the biggest lagging measure of all markets, real estate, will have its day. Now, do I think real estate's going to have its day like 2007? No, I do not believe that.
No.
I believe if you own real estate, you're in the best position possible to preserve that wealth.
Right.
You are someone who isn't going to lose as much money. If you're sitting on cash, you'll lose a little bit, but I could make the argument right now that even with the dollar dropping, cash might be a better investment than some of these other things because you can wait and pounce on a deal. You're going to see some real estate deals, right?
Yeah.
But real estate is not going to just completely survive every level of, what everything else is happening.
So
people are losing jobs.
Well, so you're talking more on like the transaction wise.
Yeah, it'll be less transactions. Right. There will be some people who just can't afford home. There's going to be a whole bunch of people at the end of this year that run on housing affordability. It's not possible right now.
Yeah,
it's absolutely not. So any politician that tells you they're going to fix on either side of the aisle affordability in housing is a liar. It's going to get even more out of control with what we're faced with right now.
Mm-hmm.
So this to me is a big deal. The fact that they could go to 6.5 and 7, despite the fact that in the 2000s we were in 6%.
Yeah, we were arguing that before. Yeah,
before we started the show.
When I bought my house in 2005, I was 6.25.
More inventory. We also saw a cliff back then.
Yeah. Well, again, I was also doing the interest only thing.
Right.
So I mean, even though I was locked in at 6.25, I wasn't making my payment. I wasn't making my full payment.
You're not getting an IO.
No.
You can get an ARM. You're not getting an IO right now. So stop telling people that the market is safe, right? It might be safe if you're one of those average homeowners right now that's locked into 3% mortgage interest rate and you have $200,000 of equity and you're not in fear of losing your job. There are multiple companies over and over and over, and we've talked about this, are saying we're stopping hiring.
Yep.
We're going to spend less in marketing. We're going to lay off. This is a trend that's just begun.
Yeah. That's
going to continue over the next year. And all of this stuff adds up, and eventually real estate numbers will reflect that. 3-6 months where we're looking at, wow, far less transactions. Wow, bracket number 2, what we're going to talk about with luxury buyers. They're disappearing. Okay, prices aren't going up 20% in a year. They're going up 1 or 2%.
Well, I mean, we know that 20% wasn't sustainable over multiple years. I mean, that's bonkers. I mean, I'm good at 2-3%. That's just a healthy like market. But yeah, I mean, it's quite a slap in the face for most people that just, you know, we're kind of, you know.
Kind of what?
You know, pigs in mud, you know.
Pigs
like,
in mud?
It's just, you know.
Just having a happy time?
Having a happy time.
Yeah, I mean, this summer, listen, I'd pull back a little bit on the expenses if, you know. If
yeah, Byron started bringing in his own lunch. I mean.
I did yesterday.
I know you did.
First time in a long time.
As soon as I was like, hey, do you need anything
First time,
for lunch?
long time.
You're like, I brought in lunch. I called my husband. I'm like, Byron's bringing in lunch. We have problems.
The world is coming to an end.
The world is ending. Byron is bringing in his own lunch.
Yeah, I didn't bring in a lunch today, so the lunch is on you, all right? All right. Mortgage rates are not a racket. It's something to consider. And another thing to consider if you want to actually take care of your clients would be hooking them up with Tomo. HelloTomo.com, or you can hit the link below. It's a mortgage without marbles, without losing your marbles. No marbles. They're not going to give you marbles because
they won't
you know why?
You already have marbles.
They have the best rates.
Don't lose them.
They have no lender fees, and they're going to close on time. How often do they close on time?
98% of the time.
Yeah.
So they're keeping everyone's marbles.
Competitors only close at 40% of the time. But the big one right now with the rates going up, Nicole.
That game, remember that game? You ever play that game where you pull like in it, you know, the marble?
The little marble?
What is that with the sticks?
I know exactly what
Is it
that was before my time.
Blanco.
Clunko? Pigs in
Flunko,
did the pigs play that in the mud? I
Throw
don't know.
me something over there in the corner.
The big thing for me right now with Tomo is the no lender fees.
98%.
The best rates.
Yeah.
When rates are increasing, you got to watch those fees. You got to have the best rate. So hellotomo.com. Get your clients over there. Connect with Tomo. How can you as an agent be a partner to help them help you help your clients get the best rates?
Wow.
If you can follow that one
Pulled
along.
it off.
I don't know if I did pull it off.
I don't know. I was watching. You were thinking there was steam coming out of your
it's
head.
It's like, you know, when you say my sister's brother's cousin is my whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Nobody can follow that.
No.
It was Kerplunk.
Kerplunk. Thank you.
Kerplunk.
I knew
All right.
it was something. I loved that game.
Awful game.
What?
Racket number 2, Wall Street Journal. Deep-pocketed buyers are starting to back away from the U.S. housing market. They've got a story in here 2 years ago. Austin real estate agent Amy Dean of Moreland Properties. Mm-hmm. Austin, crazy market.
Great market.
An unbelievable market.
Unbelievable.
She was working 2 years ago with so many wealthy out-of-state buyers that she showed one $15 million house 5 times in 30 days. Okay? That's a big price point.
Huge price point.
Not a lot of people can afford a $15 million house.
No.
So to show it 5 times in 30 days is pretty good.
And it's Austin. Like, we're not talking like waterfront.
Yeah. Well, we're talking Austin. It's a very desirable market.
Trust
Nicole.
me.
Not everybody needs the Long Island Sound.
Well, I'm just going. I mean, 15 million on the.
Geez.
No, but I'm just saying, like, even on the Long Island Sound, like it's like where we are, it's like 5 million.
Because it's the Long Island Sound. That's why. All right, moving on. Now she might get one call every other week for showings in that price range. She might get one call. We're not even talking showings. Oh, wait, 4 showings.
Yep.
In that price range. That big buyer pool has slowed down.
Yes.
The first movers committed and moved. Okay, so let's put up the chart. Luxury sales lag. The number of luxury homes that sold between February 1st and April 30th dropped 18% year over year. The biggest dip since the pandemic started. 18% year over year drop in luxury buyers. The number of luxury homes defined as the top 5% of the market. So it could be different in Connecticut than in Austin, Texas, than in South Florida, than in, Bel Air. So defined as the top 5% of that particular market that sold during the 3-month period from February 1st to April 30th dropped that 18%, with the number of sales during the same period in 2021, according to this new report from real estate brokerage Redfin. Inman also covering this story. What does it mean when even the wealthiest stop buying? I'll take a stab at this first, Nicole.
Let's do it. I can't wait to hear. You're getting good at reading. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, I'm getting better at reading.
You really are. I'm just like, wow.
I'm the bomb.
You are the bomb.
All right. I will tell you what it means.
Okay.
It's similar to what I just told you in racket number 1. 2023 is going to be a bad year, folks. Get ready for 2023. It's not going to be friendly to a lot of people. That great resignation that was happening in this country. Those folks might be hoping to get a job, and if they do have a job, they can basically bank on no pay raise. Okay? 23 is going to be bad.
Okay.
And the wealthy know this. So they're holding back. Do I need a third house in Austin? Or should I save this for when there's blood on the streets and I can go out and get a deal? I'll wait. I've seen this story before.
Blood.
I'll wait 12 months.
Blood?
When there's
Murder.
blood on the street.
There's
Not murder. Just leakage.
Yeah.
There's leakage in the
Wrong
economy.
word.
There's
Yeah.
something happening out there.
Yeah.
And they're going to go out there and take advantage. It's what happened in December or quarter 4 of last year. Who sold a whole bunch of stock in their companies, which are two of the great American companies right now? Jeff Bezos sold a whole bunch of stock in Amazon. Amazon right now is worth half of what it was this time last year over year. Tesla, which is down big. Elon sold a whole bunch of his stock, and he's waiting for blood on the streets. I'm going to go buy Twitter now with some of this money and whatever else he's going to buy.
I don't know. He's put Twitter on hold.
He did, but he's meeting with the company, the employees, and they're going to have a little fireside chat.
Wow.
Little Elon and the bros and
The bros?
the kids there.
The
all
bros.
the kids
The
working at Twitter.
The bros? All those single dudes living in their parents' basement?
I don't know about that. All the kids that work at Twitter, they're going to get to talk to Elon, their new leader, soon to be leader, potential
leader.
Anyways, that's what the wealthy's doing. They're sitting back, and you see this 18% dip. And why buy that second, third, fourth home? I could go rent it right now if I really need to be in Austin or wherever I need to be. That's just the example, Wall Street Journal. And I'm going to wait and see what happens. They move. My point is they move first. Right. Like Bezos and Musk moved at the end of last year. Now you're seeing wealthy home shoppers move. You're seeing all these companies lay off right now or freeze hiring or stop marketing. And then the everyday consumer will then wake up after the summer's over, after they went to Disney for 8K, and they're going to say, uh-oh, maybe I should stop.
Yeah. Are you selling?
Am I selling? Nicole? So little personal podcast story here.
Go on now. Are you?
Nicole spent all summer. No, all winter. It's the summer now.
It is the summer now.
She spent all winter fixing up my Connecticut house, doing a brand new bathroom, full rehab,
master
to the studs.
We did painting,
flooring,
doorknobs, new hinges,
lighting,
paint. Yeah, we bought you some new furniture,
new staircase runner.
Yeah, we did all of it. You enjoyed it. I bought a
beautiful job, by the way.
It's great.
Great job. Really looking premier.
And again, every time I'm like within earshot, I hear him. Yeah, so I'm gonna sell. And then I'm like, hey Byron, like, are you gonna sell? He's like, never.
So one of the nice things.
And then no. Yesterday, I meet our photographer at one of my new listings, and he goes, hey, so did Byron decide to sell? And I'm like, excuse me. He's like, yeah, I took photos like a month ago. I'm like, photos? You took photos
before the wife and kids came up.
If he says something long enough, it always ends up happening. Yeah. So I'm just now waiting.
So before the wife and kids came up for the summer, I snuck the photographer in before they destroyed the place with toys and slobber and snot and
his bathroom shower door is on back order.
Yeah, where is the shower door?
Ripping me another hole to get it in. Now I know why.
For the photos.
For the freaking
Anyways,
photos.
I want that shower door up.
I want
my
the shower
shower's so big, by the way. I don't even need one.
You don't need one, but yes. No, you do need one.
Did a great job on the shower. Yeah, anyways, the nice thing about having all the work done is we're at top of the market. All right, the comps are out there, so I can sell at top of the market and even above top of the market based off of all the. You did the staging, you did everything.
Are you selling?
The smart move. The smart move for me would be to sell. I'm super undecided. I'm leaning towards. I need a place in Connecticut.
You do.
We have a company in Connecticut. I have my primary residence in Naples, Florida. I have a company headquartered there. Bam, Broke Agent Media. Check it out.
People would be like,
right.
Oh my.
So I need a place in Connecticut. This is a very good place. I think it's a good store of equity. Even if it goes down, it'll be back up to the location.
What if you start Airbnb in that thing?
Can't do it. My HOA won't allow it.
What do you need, a year?
So can't allow that. So the smart move would be to sell. We're going to see how the summer goes. I'm likely not. So I'm going against my own advice here with the move. I do believe that I'll be able to maintain it for 2 years.
So I don't think you're going against your own
I am,
advice.
because I'm telling people to, really dig in, get down and dirty.
For sure, but I mean, you're also saying that real estate is still smart.
Yeah, I think it's a great store of wealth.
It's still a place that it's a place that your family enjoys coming. Your children are young. Your business is up here.
And I have
to
some
just
debt
sell
on
it to then do what?
I have some debt. I have a lot of equity.
Stockpile it?
Well,
a chipmunk with all these nuts in his mouth?
It'd be stockpiling the equity and waiting for some of that leakage. But I do have a really valuable asset right now, which is a mortgage interest rate of 3 1/8.
Right.
On, I own 50% in the house in equity in today's value. So even if it drops, whatever, I'm still going to have a nice buffer there. If I had to sell, I'm never going to be in a position where I'm losing money on the house.
Right.
If I let Nicole do another renovation, then I would be in a position to lose money. But Nicole does a fabulous job. She did do a little bargain.
I always bargain, but you're also in a certain spot where I can't put down Home Depot carpets.
Would I go buy a
$15 million Austin house?
This house is really designed for me to be able to come up here for the business. It's a business need, right? Now if I was buying a third house in Napa wine country, love Napa, that would be not a smart investment right now. I could hold that money back and use it for something else. Yeah. So, and that's what the wealthy are doing. I can't afford a house in Napa right now to be completely transparent.
I never even knew that was anything on your list.
No, I'm just saying, I'm just using, I love Napa wine country. It's a great place. If I had money to burn, it'd have to be a lot of money.
That's your
at
spot.
some point. I love wine country. Yeah. It's very quiet. It's nice. But I've never been to Montana. We talked about that last week. Go check out last week's pod.
Yeah.
I think I could move to Montana. Yeah.
All right. Cowboy.
But so
what's happening?
The wealthy are holding back. I really I'm telling you, 2023, watch out. Watch out. If you're an agent, expect to be fighting over a lot less deals in your market. You're on a little bit of a honeymoon right now, and some people haven't realized it's over.
Yeah. Well, they better be realizing. If they're
Marketeer.
putting up listings, they're realizing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Marketeer of the week. Inman.
Yes.
Call, text, email, and hope to still get drinks. It's what you were before the show started. You were trying to get a drink with me.
I was trying to get you out on a date
after my debate. If you haven't seen if you're seeing the show right when it's released, the Ricky Carruth date is debate, not date.
No, you're going on a date with me.
Maybe a date with Nicole to celebrate after. The Ricky Carruth debate. Me. Really sticking up for the paid coaches in the industry. Ricky promoting free coaching because he's a free coach. That happens tonight, 5 p.m. Eastern. If you're seeing this day of release, within a couple hours of the release, maybe. If you're seeing this after the fact, you got to go to the BAM Broke Agent Media YouTube channel and check out the debate Ricky and I had.
You're not doing anything on your own?
Free coaching versus paid coaching.
All on BAM?
I'll probably go live from my Instagram, but pushing people over to BAM.
Yeah.
The Broke Agent's going to be going live on Instagram, pushing people over to the BAM YouTube. By the way, if you're watching this now,
maybe I should go live on mine, push them over to BAM.
Yeah, you should go live. 100%.
We will be clipping out any good.
We'll be clipping out stuff
on Byron Lazine.
But this debate is one that you absolutely want to check out.
I'm still hoping for drinks.
Yeah, you're trying to have drinks with me, but let's get back to the marketeer. We've really gone down some rabbit holes here on this pod.
Lots of rabbit holes.
Call, text, and email. Hope to still get drinks. How agents connect in 2022. A plethora of communication options for agents exist, but real estate agents told Inman email is still the best option for managing transactions and covering your tail if trouble comes calling. This, my friends, is an absolute racket. That email is the best means of communication. Now, I'm not going to...
I can understand for covering your tail.
Nicole, well, yeah, for that.
Yes.
And so...
I mean, you're always telling everyone once you've said it on the phone...
If trouble comes calling.
Make
all right,
sure you send an email. But...
I'll take the strong racket claim back. Yeah, if you want to cover your tracks, email is the best way to do it.
Yes.
Okay, I hear you on that.
Yeah.
But here's a quote from a Berkshire Hathaway Chicago broker. Email is the most streamlined communication that everyone uses. No, everyone doesn't use it. And we are in an industry, we need to document our conversations. Agree with the last part. Agree with the last part for sure. But calls and texts are going to be the best way for an agent to get somebody's attention, to actually generate or wake up a lead.
But if you're going through FUB, all of it is being documented.
So FUB is Follow Up Boss. It's a CRM.
Your phone
Boomtown does it.
your texts,
There's a bunch of other CRMs.
Yeah.
If you're doing email in your inbox and then text over in your text messaging straight through your iPhone, and then you're making calls and you've got all these different places you're communicating, you should not be doing that. Okay. And I know there's going to be some old school, my pen and pad has worked fine for me for my, little 15 deals a year for 20 years straight. Congratulations. Keep doing what you're doing. Absolutely. If you want to stay stagnant, stay the same, stay average and ordinary, keep doing what you're doing.
Oh boy.
If you actually want to, improve in this industry, especially if you're new, if you're coming in, you're less than 5 years.
Get into good habits.
You're trying to figure out how to generate a lot of leads, how to get a lot of leads into one place and keep them organized. I'm not promoting any CRM here, but I'm saying grab a CRM and do all your calls, texts, and emails in the same place, because then you can delineate who's hot, who's warm,
or
who's cold.
Again, if something does come up and you need to cover your tail, it's all documented.
That's going to be the place. So to their point about the email, I would just make sure my email, texts, and calls are all in the same place, all the notes. I've got now a timeline history in my CRM,
right,
as opposed to having. I don't then have to be somebody who's super neat and ordinary and neat and tidy rather in my inbox.
Yeah.
Because it's all streamlined under that one individual in my CRM.
Right.
There's a reason why if you work for a big corporation and you're a W-2 employee, they make you log everything into the CRM because they know it's the most efficient way for communication. So I would take this the next level up and say, okay, cover your tail. If I have a phone call with you, Nicole, and we go over strategy, whatever, do I want to follow up with an email?
Yeah,
absolutely. But I also want to I just want to log that call in my CRM and follow up with the email right from my CRM. So I'm all in one place. Right when the phone hangs up through my CRM, I'm shooting a follow-up email to you, and I'm done.
So this is not the Marketeer of the Week?
This is the Marketeer of the Week, but with our twist on it that all this communication should be in one place. So always cover your tail. But you're also thinking
it's not necessarily email, it's text and calls. Or
what I'm saying is,
I'm still down for a cocktail.
What I'm saying, for sure.
I mean,
throw
a text to get the cocktail.
Exactly.
Yes.
Any text, call, or email is designed for face-to-face interaction.
100%, yes.
70% of people are going to use the agent they meet for the first time. So get in front of people face-to-face, especially if it's your first time meeting them. What I'm saying is text and calls are your best way to actually get people, if they're a nurture lead, to actually respond, to actually, especially text, it's like 95% open rate.
Of course.
Where email is closer to 20 or 30%.
Well, I mean, if you get enough of them like me, it's like Bed Bath & Beyond and J. Crew. I mean, sometimes you lose them. You're losing them. Yeah.
Text messages pop up that get people's attention. Even if they don't respond, they read every text message, right? Do you ever do that with your text? You open it up, see what it read, and then you just let it go back still to like unread, so you can maybe come back to it later if you want.
If you have an
unrespond text from me right now, I may or may not have done that.
No, that's my problem. I read them and then I don't put them back to unread because I do like the blue dot.
You just got to hover over the thing so it pops up. You can read the whole thing. Right. Then you release your finger. It pops back down and stays unread.
Getting better every day.
That's a little tactic for you if you want to keep some unread text messages, but you just don't want to respond. You just don't have the juice to respond to the nonsense.
Well, you also have to sort of like, if my mom texts me, she can wait.
Right.
She can wait. Yeah.
Yeah. Those might be a slide right delete. No, sorry, Mom. I love you. I respond to all my mom's texts.
I don't, which gets me into trouble.
Your mom watches the show.
That's the only way she gets to see me sometimes.
Nancy, if you've made it this far, drop us a comment. All right.
Good old Nance.
What's your preferred out of the three? Is it call, text, email? And I'm curious, are you using everything in the same place in a CRM, or do you have your work all over the place? Are you a pen and pad? Or not a great place to be able to automate your business, but love to hear from you if that's what you do.
Great show.
Yeah, great show. Yeah. Good job, Nicole.
You too.
You really did it.
I did do
so
it.
we're gonna have a celebration tonight after my win.
Are you saying yes to my date?
If I win the debate,
Uh-oh.
I have to win the debate. When I win the debate,
you win the debate
against Ricky
So
Carruth.
6 p.m. is at the end.
I
know,
believe
it starts at 5. Sorry, Bobby, I'm just thinking about drinks after. So my date is at 6.
I don't see a path to victory for Ricky. So love for you to go back and check out the debate.
Yeah, let's fuel the fire.
Put in your comments. Do you think I won? Do you think Ricky won?
Oh, Lord.
I don't, at this point, I can't see a path to victory for him. But
it's another rabbit hole.
you never know.
You never
There's
know.
been bigger upsets.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us.
All right. We'll see you guys next week. Really appreciate you. Consider subscribing to BAM Broke Agent Media YouTube channel if you've not done so already. See you guys next week.
See you guys.
Keep it real.